All right, good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Taylor Canoost here with meteorologist Brandon Lawrence with another winter weather update. Pretty serious driving conditions that are definitely in poor shape across central Iowa at this very moment. The good news is it will not be like this all day, but it is definitely dangerous to be traveling in central Iowa right now. Let's start by taking a look at visibility in central Iowa. It is down to a quarter mile in some spots, including in parts of central Iowa. Des Moines is down to a half-mile visibility at this moment, as well as a heavy burst of snow is passing right through Des Moines and Ames at this hour. If we can pull up next too, we can get a look at the radar conditions at this moment. Thank you very much. So let's, here's the statewide view to start with. Again, pretty heavy snow where you see the darker shades of blue. We still have rain in southeast Iowa, but this transition from the rain to the snow occurred about an hour ago in Des Moines, and the worst of this storm is occurring at this very second in central Iowa. And it's really from north central Iowa into parts of central Iowa as well. So we'll just kind of pan around here, and I'll highlight exactly where we're seeing the worst of this storm right now. Right around there is where the heaviest band of snow is falling right now. So between Des Moines up to Ames to parts of Hamilton County is where we're seeing the worst of the snow. So it's very dangerous to be traveling across central Iowa from Ames to Des Moines right now. Even a pretty heavy burst of snow right over the heart of Des Moines at this very second. Let's bring in meteorologist Brandon Lawrence. One of the reasons that travel is difficult right now is not only due to this heavy burst of snow, but also some pretty gusty winds. So we had some pretty impressive reports already in the past hour.
Yeah, the wind gusts got really high. In fact, we had a report just a little while ago from the National Weather Service of 58-mile-per-hour wind gust reported in Boone. We got up to 41 there in Ames, 30 in the metro area, and then wind gusts upwards of 30 miles per hour out in western Iowa as well. So the wind is really almost what makes things a lot worse this morning, because even though the snow obviously causes problems for the morning commute, when we talk about the wind and those gusts, that can make the visibility that much lower. We had near whiteout conditions reported already this morning in West Des Moines. I was taking a look at some different traffic cameras, and the traffic was moving very smoothly, but slowly here in the metro, which is good. No major accidents reported. I like to hear that, but everybody is at a snail's pace right now too. So here's what we expect over the next several hours. That mixture is going on in east central Iowa rather, and the snow will be moving out fairly quickly, believe it or not. By 10 a.m. or so, 11 a.m., it'll be winding down in central Iowa, still going though in eastern Iowa, the heaviest of it around that time. And then as we continue to see that push out by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock this afternoon, I think we will be dry. But the problem is that wind will create blowing snow, ground blizzard conditions for some areas, and near zero visibility. So that is why we have this blizzard warning in effect for north central Iowa and areas northeast of the metro. Taylor, we talked about this. Sometimes people hear blizzard and they assume that there's going to be a ton of snow. You can have a blizzard without a lot of actual snow on the ground or actual snow falling, and that's the case here because that wind will not let up through the day, and arguably the conditions will stay just as bad through the evening because that wind will blow the snow onto the roads. It'll create ground blizzard conditions, especially in northern Iowa.
Yeah, so Brandon, it's kind of two separate situations. Right now we have heavy snowfall reducing visibility. Later on today it will be the wind that's responsible for reducing visibility, and that type of low visibility, those potential blizzard conditions will be most likely in rural parts of Iowa. It happens several times a winter. We've already seen that a couple of times this winter where rural parts of especially north central Iowa could be susceptible to drifting snow, very low visibility. It is possible some of those roads will become impassable as the day rolls on. Before we send you back to regular programming, we do want to take one final look here at the radar to just give you a glimpse of what's happening statewide. We have rain in southeast Iowa. That transition to snow is occurring in much of central Iowa as we speak. Notice western Iowa already beginning to dry out. This is not going to last very long, maybe just a period of a few hours of snow, but while it is snowing, it has proven to be rather intense, including in central Iowa. Currently, probably the most intense of the snow is occurring right over Des Moines and Ames. So if you can maybe wait a little bit to at least avoid this heavy burst of snow that's moving through Des Moines and Ames right now, I might recommend that. You might have better luck going out in Des Moines and Ames late this morning when the snowfall is winding down. I know it's not going to be perfect because of those strong winds that could create some blowing snow, but I would just not recommend going outside at this very moment. We'll take a look at Sky Tracker 5 in downtown Des Moines, and visibility is not good there. It is not great at ground level either. A couple of the DOT cameras showing conditions not great near downtown Des Moines. Another view near Ankeny. You can't make out anything because it is very heavily snowing across central Iowa. So I hope that gets the point across to maybe just stay put for a little bit. I know some kids do have school in session, which is, it is what it is. But if you can play it safe and maybe wait another hour or two, I think I would recommend that before heading out at this very moment in central Iowa, if at all possible. So